Hi, my name is Kees. In this video, I'm gonna be reacting to Sadhguru and another Sadhguru video from my collection of videos which I've downloaded over the years. And this video is titled "You Are Complete" by Sadhguru. So that's already, you know, one of my favorite subjects in the world. So I'm curious how he is going to talk about that. Here we go.
Why are we inventing newer and newer messages? The, the creation is a huge message of the Creator, isn't it? You are just a small piece of creation. Why are you going about inventing new messages every day? Where is the need? See, the need to do these things is somewhere you feel incomplete. So to fulfill yourself, to fulfill themselves, people are doing so many fanciful things, isn't it? The very fact that someone is trying to fulfill himself means there is a sense of incompleteness. But this piece of creation is not incomplete. This is a complete being. This does not need any addition to make it full. This does not need any outside support to make this full.
Yeah, I'm really loving this already. So, yeah, I think for me, there was a tendency for a long time to keep watching, practicing. And even though that's amazing, it was also coming from a place of incompleteness. But if that has already been conditioned in you, I think the best thing is to just, honestly live that and try to tackle that in a way by creating the right perspective, by sometimes having all these videos, just like this one, as a crutch, which helps because it helps you come to a new understanding of being, of that you are already enough. And then it starts to live in you. It starts to come deeper and deeper and deeper. And what's also interesting, it will shed light on why you think you aren't complete or enough already. So that's, I think, the beautiful thing. And then why I'm doing this, I have no clue. This is just my type of character, which I am. So I like this. Let's go further.
doesn't need anybody's input to make this full. This being is absolutely complete. Because people are not in touch with this being, they are only living on their mind. They feel incomplete because whatever you have in your mind, it is bound to be incomplete, isn't it? It doesn't matter how much you gather in your head, it is bound to be incomplete, isn't it so?
No concept can fully grasp reality, right? No concept can hold reality or creation. It's just way too big. Concepts are created within, right? Not as the whole thing. So that's why we can't understand it with the mind.
Do you believe someday you can gather something in your mind which is complete? Is it possible? In fact, the more and more learned you become, the more and more you realize you don't know anything. Only a fool who's read half a book, believes he knows everything, isn't it so? The more you gather in your mind, the more you will realize you know very little. You will see top level, I'm not talking about, the university kind of people, real top level scientists, they have become like saints because The reality has humbled them so deeply. The more and more and more they learn, these are people with tremendous intellects. They realize they barely know anything at all. This just humbles them and they become very gentle and like that. It's a kind of yoga by itself. So,
Jnana yoga is the knowledge yoga. It definitely works if you understand reality or non-duality, for example, then that makes it so much easier to sort of click it in that you are already that. You are nature, you are God, you are this. And why should you constrict it in any way? Very interesting.
so where is the need to give your own message? Some sense of you want to seek attention, isn't it? Yes? You badly want to seek attention to yourself saying, I got a new message. If your message is different from the message of the creation, why should anybody be interested? Why should anybody be interested? You cannot be, no matter how hard you try, you cannot be anything other than what the creation is, isn't it? Yes?
So this is interesting because I like the fact that he's saying this because of course there are thousands of non-duality videos or spirituality videos on the internet, and some of them are maybe not so good. Some of mine maybe not so good, but a lot of them are really amazing. And I love all these different teachers and also new teachers I like. And I like people making videos before enlightenment or the dropping of the self and after. It doesn't really matter to me because yeah, life is just interesting. It's just so interesting to talk about in general and to contemplate on. And I love sharing about it, and it's just a natural thing that happens. But I think for a lot of other people, they also have this natural feeling of, I want to tell this story, you know? I want to tell this story of this amazingness of creation. And he's doing the same thing, right? And I think that's just inspiring a lot of us. For me, it's kind of also giving back because I've gotten so much out of watching these type of YouTube videos. So yeah, still like what he says because there's only one message, right? And that's life. That's the message.
If you are completely with it, you're a tremendous being. If you're not with it, you're a broken being, that's all. The being cannot be broken or made, it is just the mind, which can be either balanced or broken. So, you take up something that needs to be done in the world, that's not the mission I spoke about. I'm talking about people who have their own messages, who hear things from God all the time. You know, even your president claims God spoke to him. God tells him what political decisions to take. That's dangerous. Very dangerous, isn't it? Because once you're receiving messages from God, people's vote doesn't mean anything. Yes or no? Yes? Once you're in connection with God and God Himself is telling you what to do, these ordinary people, their vote doesn't mean a damn thing, isn't it? But that is the way we are going. And the moment people start receiving messages from God and they have their message to give, you will see they will become tyrannical in so many different ways. Just listen to the creation. And the closest piece of creation to you is yourself. Just listen to the way this life functions, what this life has to say, not your mind, not your emotion. Because your mind and your emotion has never been reliable, isn't it? Today it says one thing, tomorrow it says another thing, isn't it
It's always a reaction, huh? The mind and emotion.
so? At different stages in your life, hasn't your mind lied to you in a million different ways? Made you believe this is it, and after a year you feel like a fool for what you believed? Yes or no? Hasn't your emotions done this to you? It told you, oh, this man is so wonderful. Tomorrow morning you realize he's so horrible. Hasn't it happened to you? So your mind and emotion has never been reliable, isn't it? It is okay to handle little things, but you don't come up with a message for the world. Not necessary.
For more on Sadhguru, visit www.ishafoundation.org.
Well, thank you, Sadhguru. I think the subject is so interesting. I think especially the you are complete, meaning creation, right? And life itself, creation is his word for that, is endlessly complete in every way. And that's so beautiful. It's such a great thing to express, to be with, to live as and in, to be. And that's why we should want to honor ourselves in this. And the message is always creation itself and following that which is. And the message here, or my message, is you can just be, right? You can surrender, you can allow life to unfold as it wants to unfold. And you can see that as a moment-to-moment thing, because we think if we do something right now, that it's going to be like that forever. No, if we allow, we can evolve. So allow yourself to follow your intuition, to follow your heart, to be with what is, to let go of must-dos and must-do-nots, but just be with what actually wants to arise for you. Even if that's not the most spiritual thing in the world, right? Because there can be this idea of this is spiritual, right? And this is not. I hope you have a great day. And if you have any questions or you'd like some support or some guidance on your journey, feel free to book a free coaching call below. Bye. Much love.